the Defense Department has issued detailed new policy guidance to military recruiters for how to enlist transgender men and women into the armed forces, intensifying an emotionally charged legal fight over whether the Pentagon is ready to implement such a sensitive cultural change. The military distributed its guidance throughout the force December. 8 lawyers challenging President Trump's proposed ban on transgender military service, which he announced on Twitter in July, have since included the document in their lawsuits. The memorandum states the Pentagon will comply with federal court orders, now under appeal, that direct the military to begin accepting transgender recruits January 1. The policy paper was issued by the U.S. Military Entrance Processing Command in Chicago, and shall remain in effect until expressly revoked, the memorandum said. It states that allowing transgender military service is mandatory, and repeats a previous directive from Marine General Joseph F. Dunford, Jr., the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who has said all people will be treated with dignity and respect. Trump wants to ban transgender military troops. His top general feels differently. Military recruiting personnel are responsible for inputting recruits' personal information into databases. They should do so while using a copy of a recruit's birth certificate, court order, or U.S. passport reflecting preferred gender, according to the Pentagon's new guidance. For the purposes of military entrance processing, the applicant's preferred gender will be used on all forms asking for the sex of an applicant, the guidance said. Individuals who have undergone gender reassignment surgery will be allowed to join the military as long as doctors consider them to have been stable in their new gender for 18 months, with no complications or additional surgery needed. During their entry screenings, transgender women who have not undergone gender reassignment surgery or hormone replacement will wear undergarments consistent with their physical anatomy, the memo adds. Transgender women, unlike other female applicants, will not be administered a pregnancy test. Everyone will receive a medical exam specific to their anatomical characteristics. The guidance stresses the need for privacy, noting that some physical screening procedures for the military are not carried out in total seclusion. All applicants, including those who are transgender, may express concern about privacy in bathrooms, orthoneuro rooms, applicant hotel rooms, or similar venues, the memo says. In these cases, commanders may employ reasonable alternate measures to provide greater privacy. Officials with both the Justice Department and Defense Department have argued in court filings that meeting a January 1 deadline places an extraordinary burden on the services and the Pentagon, and requires training for thousands of recruiters and personnel responsible for providing medical screenings. There are considerable requirements associated with implementing this significant and complex policy change across the department, considering that those personnel directly responsible for execution number in the tens of thousands and are geographically dispersed across the United States, said Lawrence J. Herbert, a senior defense official, in a recent sworn statement to the court.